Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie. And in today's little video, I would like to introduce you to where I live in Sussex because I have a murder to tell you about. So this is my village. We have a 12th century church, some little houses, and we have the village pub, which is directly opposite where I live. So this pub and my house were built at about the same time, 1750. So lots of atmosphere. Never, ever anything unpleasant have I felt in this house. It's only ever had really, really good feelings. So that's a little bit of the story of where I live. The pub, beautiful pub, and the village itself, tiny, just a pub and a church. But many years ago, there was a murder. It happened in 1850, and it was a local resident who lived very, very close to my house here and very close to the pub. And her name was Sarah Ann French, and she had a lover, James Hickman, and she was fed up with her husband, so she decided to murder him by cooking him an onion pie and lacing it with arsenic. She had arsenic because they had rats. So she killed two birds with one stone. She got rid of the rats and she got rid of her husband because I think he liked an onion pie. So anyway, she'd done this and basically she didn't get away with it. She was found out very, very quickly. She denied it for a while, but then she accepted it and, she was hung. And the inquest for her husband was held at the pub that I've just shown you. So that's the pub that is a few paces from my front door. So I just wanted to see if I could key into some of that energy of Sarah Ann French and find out a little bit about what led up to killing her husband. So let's just see what we can get. I'm using the Tarot of the Abyss, and we'll just see if I can get any idea about Sarah Ann French, about her life, her husband, maybe her lover, this arsenic and the onion pie. We're only going to throw a few cards, just a little bit of fun. Let's see what happens. So I thought my American friends would also like this, a little bit of English history. And see like a really old village. So I thought you might like it. I hope you do. Okay, so I'm just going to pull from the top. So Sarah Ann French, what can you tell me? What can you tell me about your life? Whoa, okay. The King of Swords jumped out at me. He's in reverse. King of Swords in reverse. I would imagine her husband was quite a difficult man. The King of Swords upright. Well, he's fair, but he's firm, and speaks from his head, his way or the highway, but he is fair. But he says it as it is. But I would imagine that her husband was bit of a nasty bugger. I don't think he would have been very nice to live with at all. Not that you should kill someone just because they're not very nice to live with, but he wasn't the easiest of people. And I think this put her in the Nine of Wands. That was like, oh my God, she's on her knees. I would imagine, back then you didn't have that support. If your husband was a bit handy with his fists and, look how this poor person has their arm in a sling. It is the wounded warrior, and I don't know, but the feeling that I'm getting, and I'm getting a little bit cold. I'm getting the feeling that maybe he was a little bit handy with his fist, shall we say. And she just was on her knees and she'd had enough of it. And she fought back. Seven of Wands. That's just eventually going, no, I've got the high ground here. You're not doing that. So I think that she fought back. And her way of fighting back was you know, to do what she did with the arsenic and the onion pie. The Ten of Pentacles, well, this is where it all starts to go a bit wrong now, because Ten of Pentacles, that's sort of your happy family. You know, you've got your secure home, you've got your roots, you've got your children around you. I know that she had children. So, you know, you've got everything. Home, family, home and hearth, everything's good. Well, we're upside down here. So her actions, it just totally wrecked the family. Of course, she now had a dead husband. She would have children that would not only lose their father, but would lose their mother. So not good. Not good at all. What a terrible situation in the first place. But I don't know. Giving your husband arsenic in a pie is probably not the best way of dealing with this. But hey, who knows? Back then, you know, you didn't have the support, did you? So let's just see. Let's have one more row. Because we know what happens. We know she admitted it. But can the cards tell us anything else? So they've told us quite a lot here. He was a bully and he took it out on her. And she just decided one day, I've had enough. But unfortunately, it just turned her world upside down. She no longer would have, you know, a family, her children. Her children would no longer have a daddy and a mummy. So, you know, it was all terrible. Absolutely dreadful. So in 1852, what happened then? She got accused of this murder. So let's just see what else we've got here. Well, of course, it was heartbreaking. Let's just take 3. Yeah, a total heartbreak. And she did have a lover, a younger man who'd actually, he was quite smitten with her sister. And I suppose then you would have said he was stepping out with her sister. I don't think you would have said dating. They didn't have dating, but he was stepping out with Sarah Anne French's sister. But I believe the sister got married to someone else and what have you. And Sarah was very sort of taken with him. And I think he thought, oh, well, I can't have the sister. Sarah's very nice. Let's start up an affair with her. So this is where it all sort of began down here with the lovers, but they're in reverse. What a heartbreak. What an absolute heartbreak. So it was just such a terrible situation. She's having an affair with a younger man. The younger man really loves the sister. The sister's gone off with someone else. So he's not really committed to Sarah. She commits this murder. And it puts her in such a weak, vulnerable position now. She's got a dead husband. Everyone's talking about it. It's a gossip of the village. What actually happened to him? You know, he's just fallen down dead. The inquest is being held at the pub. She's acting heartbroken, but she really is heartbroken because she's lost her lover. So, you know, a bit of play acting there. Sounds a bit like the Meghan Markle, doesn't it? A little bit of play acting. Oh, so it's terrible. My husband's died. But really, she's upset because really the man that she was doing the murder for to be with didn't really want to be with her anyway, wanted really to be with her sister. So come on then, let's have 2 more cards. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap up this strange little onion pie story. I'll tell you what, we'll go from the middle, I reckon. Let's just see what the middle of the deck can tell us about this whole sorry affair. Let's go, where are we going? There. Well, Sun in reverse. I mean, that is basically the end of the world, isn't it? Doesn't get worse than the Sun in reverse. And what do we got here? We've got 10 of Cups in reverse as well. Well, the Sun in reverse, everything good, gone. She lost her life. She was hung in a little place not far from here called Lewes. Loads of people turned out because in those days, you know, it would have been outside and they all watched the hanging. How dreadful. So that was it, the end of the world, basically. The end of the world for her children as well. I would imagine they probably ended up in the poorhouse. So then we've got the 10 of Cups here. The 10 of Cups, the right way up, that's the happy family, you know, the Rider-Waite with the rainbow, super happy family, maybe a bit too happy, a bit too Instagram. Well, there's nothing Instagram about this. You know, it was just dreadful. The sun had gone out. She was going to be hung. The husband was dead. The children had no one. Oh, what a sad little tale. So that's it, the onion pie murder. So I just thought I'd introduce you to Sussex, to where I live. It's not all onion pies and arsenic around here. It is the most beautiful place. But the other thing that I thought I'd show you is my front door key. Because again, my house goes back to the 1700s. So as you can imagine, I very seldom lose that. Have to walk around with that in my handbag or my purse. And yeah, a lot of people fumble around looking for their keys. I never had trouble trying to find that, and it weighs a ton as well. So that's history here. This is where I live. And as I say, I never ever get any weird, creepy feelings. I adore my house. It's got the warmest atmosphere ever. And that's it. I hope you really enjoyed it. A little bit of entertainment, hopefully brighten up your day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.